Hi friends, in this technological era, the expectation of the public is huge. People expect everything at their fingertips and it has to happen in a flash. This expectation is applicable to construction schedule as well. This expectation of the employer and the advice he gets from the consultants or his advisors is not different to it. This leads to unrealistic scheduling, which is of late happening in almost all the projects. As per my experience, I have noticed six major flaws in the scheduling. If addressed properly, can put the project in the right speed and earnest. Number one is the productivity. While scheduling, the manpower productivity of the plant and machinery productivity is very important to decide the duration of a particular activity. The advent of technology made it look easy and it has abolished many of the safety hazards during the execution as well. The speed of construction has advanced, but the manpower productivity has gone down. If your schedule is based on the productivity of last 5 years or a decade back, the same will not hold good for the present day. Human tend to rely more on equipments to do every activity as maximum as possible. For that to happen, the utilization of the equipment has to be the optimized way. This productivity consideration during the scheduling is one of the reason for the unrealistic schedule. Number two is the sequencing of work. For any construction schedule, the work sequencing is very important to achieve the target in the scheduled time duration. The work sequencing comes from the experience, technical knowledge about the work, and the envisaging capacity of the planner. Lack of technical knowledge and experience is affecting a lot to do the work sequencing. This is where the planners will not be able to identify many of the activities to be performed within the set duration, which will be noticed only when the actual work starts at site. Number three, the completion schedule is not reviewed by the concern during tender stage. Almost all the projects which are scheduled for 12 months completion invariably getting ended up with 15 months duration. Though none of these projects show any delay on paper, but the reality is the completion duration has been already extended. Maybe one or two odd projects here and there were to get completed in time or before time. This clearly shows the delay from all the stakeholders, and it is a collective delay, hence not coming on paper as a delay. This could be avoided provided there is a detailed discussion, a debate on the completion schedule by all the tenderers, the client, the consultants during tender stage. about the probable hurdles, what are the minimum requirements to achieve the target, how it can be achieved, or whether it is not possible to achieve, like that. Contractors hardly rejects any work only because of the schedule, because they are very well aware somewhere there will be delay from some other activity or some other people which they can engage easily for the extension of time. The fourth one is planning, the name of fast track development. People forget or undermine the basics and think the technology will drive the project. Definitely, the technology will help you, support you to drive the project, speed up the work, provided you know the right input to feed at the right time. The combination of technology and human intervention can achieve faster completion, rather only the human efforts or the technology cannot. If you notice very keenly, one of the main reasons for the delay is poor planning. The initial schedule is not planned with resources. The quantity validation right at the beginning is not happening. So the person who is executing the job is not aware what is the quantum of work he is going to execute. That is why he is not in a position to judge the requirement of resources. The daily targets are not fixed. Even after a couple of months of work execution, the productivity of a particular activity is not getting updated and according to the schedule in majority cases. Planning is not just about the bar chart alone. If proper monitoring and updation is not happening, whatever the plan you do on the computer or on paper is going to remain as it is. The reality will be something else. As I explained earlier, the resource allocation is based on the productivity. One of the main reasons for productivity going down is underutilization of the plant and machinery at the construction site. Almost all the projects, the plant and machinery utilization is not more than 50% of the time. At max, 70 to 75% is utilization can happen with more efforts and consistent follow-up. If the plant and machinery utilization has to happen at the optimized way, then the daily target with time duration to be fixed right at the start, so that the idle time of the plant and machinery can be minimized and utilization can happen at the maximum capacity. With the modern technology, it is very easy to plan a specific activity at a specific location at a specific time period with specific number of resources and plant and machinery is construction economics. The planner should be aware of the construction economics. What is the optimized resources? How much additional resources he can bring in within the same cost provision? If he has to increase the resources, what is going to be the cost impact? Whether enough budget provision is available for the resources, etc. The resources deployment is directly proportional to the cost considered. If sufficient provision for the resources is not made during the initial budgeting, it is very difficult to get the management approval, and also the project can run in loss due to the excess resources. Number 6 is while preparing a project report, project brief, the person who is involved from the client side, from the consultant side, should advise the client management about the schedule requirements, what are the minimum requirements, minimum resource requirements, what is the best schedule, what is unrealistic schedule, etc. So that the client is aware of and he is educated enough to understand the schedule. Hope this observation will help you to address the flaws in the planning and scheduling and take appropriate action according to the requirement of the project. Thank you.